Muy buenas a todos plebeyos, yo soy Jeskin, bienvenidos a mi canal. Y en esta ocasión seguimos con el juego de Game of Thrones. Recuerdo que quedamos en una discusión con Lloyd Whitehill, que estaba buscando reclamar venganza por los soldados que mató el primer personaje que salió en el juego, se me olvidó el nombre. Y fue a reclamar allá a Ironwood, a nosotros. Después de esa discusión dijeron que le iban a pedir ayuda a ella,
and Lady
a
Marjorie's
Mira.
betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons
Está
at
en
bay,
el Kinglandio,
if
desembarcadero
it's
del rey,
presented to
como
her
quieran
as
llamar.
it should be.
Así que vayamos a ver qué nos traen. Miramos, hay un cofre. Mira la caja de Ironwood, la miramos. Esto,
Ethan made this for me.
Ethan es el lord con el que estábamos jugando, que discutió con Lord Whitehill. Y esto me viene que son sus hermanos.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos.
Otra,
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Olenna.
y nos queda, creo que por último, esta. Leer, cartas sin terminar.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Y el padre de ella fue el que murió, empezando en el primer capítulo. Y aquí estamos, seguimos caminando por la sala. Frutas, esto. Mira el tomo
Wonders
lleno de
made by
polvo.
man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick.
Roderick es el personaje principal, el que
I
usamos
hope
el
to see
primero,
more
creo que fue.
someday.
El que enviaron al muro por matar a los tipos que mataron a su familia.
King's Landing. I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
¿Qué más hay que buscar aquí? No sé. Esto, ya vimos esto, venimos hacia acá. Mirar. Calentador de carbón. Nada, o sea, entonces ¿qué más hay que buscar aquí? Venimos hacia acá, no hay nada, no hay nada, no hay nada. Salimos. No se puede salir, ¿ves? Entonces, ¿hay algo aquí que tenga que darle para continuar? Ah, para acá. Carta de madre.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Están pidiendo la ayuda a la que va a ser esposa del rey. Ajá, ¿quién llegó? Vayamos a la puerta. Vayamos a la puerta, abrir.
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I
¿Quién
can come
eres
back
tú?
later if you'd like.
No, it's fine.
¿Pero quién eres tú? Tiene pinta de esclavo. Ah, es el que limpia. Ok, no sé. Nos ve extraño. ¿Por
Begging
qué no
your
es así?
pardon, milady, but you all right? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
Estoy bien, estoy bien, estoy bien.
I'm fine, thank you.
Deja el
Of
chisme.
course, milady.
Deja el chisme y sigue haciendo
Please
tu
hurry if you
trabajo.
can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady.
Rápido, fuera. ¿Fuera aquí?
You work for Lady Marjorie? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
Soy su
I'm
doncella.
her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You
Then-
seem like good friends.
Deja el chisme y
I
vete.
saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
La reina Cersei.
Cersei.
La reina Cersei.
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 They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but...
You were
¿Estás escuchando
eavesdropping?
escondida?
No, not at all. I was just passing by and I heard them arguing about House Forrester and...
House Forrester?
Es donde venimos nosotros, creo.
I thought
Ella es
you'd ought
apellido
to
de eso.
know. Forgive me if I was mistaken.
Fue buena la
Hope you're not in
información,
any kind
pero
of trouble.
ya. Fue buena la
Most people
información,
don't
pero
tend
ya
to
te
notice
puedes
a
ir.
call boy. Not in King's Landing with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
Fuera, fuera. Ahí viene alguien. Ahí está.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss.
Vamos a no hablar del problema que hay.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
Ajá.
And you know
Habla,
how I
habla lo que
feel
queremos
about
saber.
what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together.
Ajá, ahorita te decimos lo que mandó a
You
decir
must
nuestra madre.
understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the royal sept.
Para hablar de ti, me imagino, de tu familia.
She
Norte.
mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself.
I'm not a traitor.
Of course not. It's only an excuse to torment you, and by extension, me. She
Ajá.
demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort for what I
Y
don't
disculpa
know.
por qué,
but
si ella no ha
she's
hecho
waiting
nada.
for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I
Vamos
wouldn't
allá.
ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict
¿Qué
with
debería
Cersei
decir?
with the
Así
wedding
que...
so near.
What do I
Instrúyeme.
say?
Find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Ajá, ese fue un buen consejo, así que...
See
Veamos.
if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
¿Y por qué este tipo no es así?
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Ajá, veremos qué decimos.
Good luck.
Buena suerte. Así estará la cosa de mal, que nos desean buena suerte. Pero bueno. Pasaremos y veamos qué pasa. Está todo callado. Tú tienes que ir a hablar con la reina.
You can do this.
Y así que iremos. Camina. Camina. Ya como todo el mundo lo mira así cuando va pasando. A estos tipos aquí viéndome. Bueno, viendo la personaje, la muñequita esta, Mira.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your
Tyrion.
Grace,
Tyrion todavía está aquí. Wow.
with your permission, allow me to introduce Lady
Ellos no se
Mira
llevan
of
mal.
House Forrester.
I am honored, Your Grace.
Yet not honored enough to kneel, I see.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Ajá.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to
Quiero-
hear from the
Ella
girl.
siempre queriendo hacer todo.
Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
Al único
He's
y
not
verdadero.
here, is he?
Al único y
She
verdadero
is.
rey.
Yes, Your Grace. To the one true king.
The one true king. Yet she didn't say
Exacto.
the girl is clever.
She only
I
meant...
don't care what she meant. I care what she said. I won't stand for impertinence from a girl of the North.
If you would give her the chance to explain...
Perhaps she can explain why the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark for
Ajá, tenía que ser lo último, pero
House
como yo
of
siempre,
Traitors.
poniéndole un poco de atención a las cosas.
Yes, Your Grace.
Estoy de acuerdo.
They are traitors.
Ajá, así.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily. Is it any wonder you were so impertinent to ask which king deserves your loyalty, if you have any loyalty at all?
Métele un cuchillazo en la
Is
cara.
your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
No sé.
No doubt she's speechless in your presence, Your Grace.
O sea, no le dice nada porque no sé qué estarían diciendo. Y todas las opciones que estaban ahí eran
Now
malas.
that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Ajá.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
Sí, Su Alteza, vamos a decirle que sí.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Hay
There
límites,
are
Su
limits,
Alteza.
Your Grace.
Lo diré así, a ver qué dice.
Perhaps, but not if your house faces potential ruin.
Ajá.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
Ah, claro, ella no tiene la culpa de nada y tú le
It
estás
raises
culpando
an
de todo.
interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
Ajá. No la jugaré. No
I
la
won't
jugaré.
judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their own.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Claro, está diciendo muchas cosas para, juro, joderme.
Loyalty
Me
can be
quiere
such
joder
a
como
hard
sea.
thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not.
Ajá, ¿qué quieres
Who
decir
knows
tú?
what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question.
Incuestionable.
And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
Let the
would...
girl answer the question. Go on.
No habrá
My
conflicto.
loyalties would never conflict, Your Grace.
That's a coward's answer. I will not have my time wasted by a northern girl who
Que
thinks she can
di
play
algo.
games. Who
Yo
do you
tengo un
choose?
cuchillo ahí bajo la mano. Al
The
rey.
king, of course.
Claro.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
Ella dijo que le dijera
She
las cosas que ella
is a
quería
threat to the crown,
oír.
isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
My sense is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging.
Métele una puñalada en la cara.
I'd like a word
Hazle una
with you,
pequeña
if I may.
cicatriz.
Of course, Your Grace.
¿Y por qué no vio así también ella? O sea, ahora todo el mundo está en nuestra contra. ¿Qué pasa aquí? ¿Qué pasa aquí?
I'll walk you out.
Vayamos afuera.
This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man.
Y lo era, y lo era.
You
Pero
have my
lo mataron.
condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family.
Gracias,
even
gracias.
under
Vamos a
the
decirle
best
gracias y ya.
circumstances.
Vamos a decirle
Thank you,
gracias y
Lord
ya.
Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression.
Fue por el bien, fue por el bien de Lady Margaret,
You
claro.
did it for Lady Marjorie.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences.
Sus
She takes great
pequeñas
pleasure in her
diferencias, sí,
little
sus pequeñas
charades. I
diferencias.
take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard, not her.
You can help my family.
Así le puse, no sé, fue lo único que pude ver así.
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester.
No sabía qué más ponerle y
Lady
eso, así
Marjorie
que...
might not look favorably on such an alliance. And it would infuriate Cersei.
Y eso es lo
Although
que quiere.
what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that?
Sí,
It may be far too dangerous.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it.
tenlo en cuenta para que puedas
Now,
ayudar a
if
la
you'll
familia.
excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight.
Ah, ya se casó
3
con Sansa.
beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
Gracias
Thank
por el
you for the
consejo.
advice, Lord Tyrion.
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
O sea, como para ti, como para Mira. Así que este no es lugar para ti, así que vete en un bote al norte y te llevas a Sansa. Digo, Sansa. Ahora que viene, me imagino que viene Margaret a visitarla, no
Mira,
sé.
I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating.
Me
It
fue
went
bien.
well.
Vamos a decir sí,
Really?
me fue bien.
That's relief. Cersei is known for being rather difficult.
Pero no importa.
Lady
bien.
Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime, I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah?
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour.
No me
Which I
meterás en
doubt is
problemas.
Dornish for
Así,
wife.
vamos a decirle que no me
You'll get
meterás en
us in
problemas.
trouble.
We're just having some fun. Perhaps Lady Marjorie can make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king,
O sea,
I can only imagine. what
quieren
that would
matar
be
a la
like.
familia de Mira y tú le estás ofreciendo que conozca a su marido. Que,
Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him. And he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
No con
I'd
Joffrey.
be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the Seven Kingdoms.
Imagina las cosas que te haría
I
si
might
mató
even allow
a
you to
las
be my
prostitutas con
handmaiden.
flechas.
Let's see, who else should we marry off?
A más nadie.
Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well,
Solo nos
We're sorry,
divertimos.
my lady. We were just having fun.
Ya, chao.
Oh.
this is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful.
Ah, ya tiene todos sus planes
The
en
Queen
mente.
was pleased by your display, Mira.
Ajá.
I'm just glad it's over.
Hicimos lo que ella nos pidió, o sea, satisfacer a la reina
King's
con la
Landing
respuesta.
can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your
Si
true
es que
heart,
llegas a
lords
ser
and
reina.
ladies will have no
Si es que
choice
llegas
but
a ser
to love
reina.
you.
Do you agree?
Estoy de acuerdo en que solo
It doesn't
importa lo
matter
que
what you
usted diga.
feel. It only matters what you say.
You learn very quickly.
Claro,
I know you
claro.
must fear what Lord Bolton might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Ajá.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind.
Ajá, me imagino que le dirá lo de la carta. Pedir la ayuda, si nos mandaron a pedir la ayuda.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's
Ajá.
about my family.
Lo que le mandarán a pedir, tienes que
I
hablarlo.
trust her. Go on.
Ajá, vamos a decirle lo que pasó.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask
Y este
of you,
tipo está como
and
que
I wouldn't
pendiente de todo.
otherwise,
¿Será
but
que
she
andará
insisted.
chismeando? ¿Será que andará chismeando?
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks.
Y ahora
And now
viene
you
a
would have
decirme
me
que
ask
pido que
him to
intervenga.
intervene.
O sea, es algo difícil lo que
Is
tiene
the
que hacer.
situation that dire?
You can't, my lady. King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how he turned on Lady Sansa.
Estaré en deuda.
I will forever be in your debt. My family will forever be in your debt.
O sea, la tipa está escuchando y todo. O sea, no sé qué. ¿Será que chismoseará o algo?
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
No le temes a hacer eso.
Don't let the Queen bully you. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother. Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
O sea, veamos qué dice. Veamos qué
Very
dice.
well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Pero
Thank
por lo
you, my
menos el
lady.
intento, claro.
I
Eso es
will
lo
send
que
a raven
cuenta.
to my family at once.
Eso es lo que cuenta, por lo menos el intento. Y la tipa está aquí como disgustada, no sé. Esta tipa está como disgustada, la que supuestamente es amiga. Ahora que vendrá. Pero lo dejaré hasta aquí, así que la cosa se está poniendo interesante. Espero les guste el video. Si les gustó, apoyen como me gusta para seguir subiendo esto. Pasen por mi canal. Si les gusta el contenido que encuentren, suscríbanse. Quiero subir esto para ver si termino esto, ya que el episodio salió y quiero ver qué trae ese capítulo, así que trataré de subir esto más seguido. Sin más nada que decir, nos vemos en la próxima ocasión. Hasta la próxima.